Isn't it wonderful that we live in the loudest economy in the history of the world today? Everyone is shouting, everyone is posting, and everyone is chasing attention. In fact, it's easy to get attention. Just do something crazy and you get a whole lot of attention. So attention is no longer the scarce resource. Now, the scarce resource is trust, because unlike before, the market is much more educated. There are many more entrepreneurs, many more people out there on social media, and the barrier to gaining entry on social media to sell your products seems to be negligible. So attention is no longer scarce, but trust is. Nobody wants to buy a product from businesses they don't trust. Yet, many businesses online are not creating a vehicle to actually nurture this trust. So today, I want to talk about the most misunderstood and the most undervalued, yet the most powerful trust building system in business, which is email marketing. So welcome to the 6th episode of the Oversubscribed Challenge podcast, and today's title is Email and the Trust Economy. You see, social media gives you visibility, and if you understand how to build the right funnel, like we taught last week episode, funnels will give you structure and will help your business actually convert traffic into leads or into customers. And of course, your ads will give you the reach. How about email marketing? Email marketing will give your business relationship with your audience. So this episode is about why email marketing still works, why most people fail with it, and how email quietly powers every oversubscribed brand that you admire. And yes, in the first part of this episode, I'll be sharing why email is the king. The reality is that email marketing is not a platform. Email marketing is getting permission, because when someone gives you their email address, they are not asking you to come and entertain them, as might be the case with social media marketing. Instead, they are inviting you into their space. And unlike social media marketing, which is great, but with social media marketing, you are renting the platform. You are renting the Facebook platform, the Instagram platform, the LinkedIn platform, TikTok platform. You are renting this platform and you are subject to the algorithm. All right, you have to play by the rules. You have to play by the algorithm. And of course, God forbid, if you get kicked out, that means you lose the platform and you lose your audience. So with social media marketing, which you should be doing, by the way, you are in a rented space and your followers don't really belong to you. You are borrowing followers from Facebook. You are borrowing followers from LinkedIn, from TikTok. And your core objective as a wise master builder, as a wise business owner, your core objective is to turn this rented list, all right, into your owned list. Your core objective in your marketing is to make sure you turn these followers on social media into your email subscribe, because your email list is the only list that you own, is the list that you can message regularly any day, anytime, is the list that once you message them, even though you are messaging everyone at the same time, it's as though you are messaging individual person alone. Is a one-to-many marketing which behaves like a one-to-one marketing. So with email marketing, your subscribers already give you permission to actually sell to them. All right, they are expecting you to sell to them in their email address, but of course you have to do it wisely. You have to do it in a way that actually build relationships, such that the email marketing is not just about your business, it's about caring for the subscribers, caring about their pain, their problem, about their desires, and all of these. Of course, at the end of the day, they expect that your product would be the vehicle by which you actually solve their problem and challenges, but they have to know that you care, and that is where the email strategy comes into play. But right now, I'm letting you know that email marketing is still king. You have to hone your audience. You don't rely on social media. Build your social media platform. Don't get me wrong. Build the followers, but the objective is to always convert your social media followers into your email list. Always direct them into your email list. That is your objective, so that any email platform that you use, you can always communicate with your list, because this list is your own audience. And since we are talking about oversubscribe challenge, oversubscribe brands don't rely on algorithms, all right? They rely on access. With your email list, you already have access to your audience. You have access to their privacy. You can actually send them email any day, anytime, especially if you know how to do it strategically, building true relationship with your audience. Now, I said that you should build true relationship with your audience because the reality is that you cannot treat every lead the same way. Every subscriber in your email list, you cannot treat every one of them the same. And this is one of the biggest mistakes that business owners make, assuming every lead wants the same thing. So they treat everyone the same way just because everyone came to their email list maybe the same time. But the reality is that some leads are just curious. They just join your email list because they're curious, and some are at the stage where they are still comparing. Yeah, they want the solution, but they're still comparing, they're still observing whether you are the right fit for them, whether your business, your brand, or the offer itself is a right fit for them. And some are actually ready to buy your product, while some are just learning, just want to consume the education that you are giving them in the emails. All right, just want to consume, just want to have that rapport with your business. They want to be seeing your emails over and over until when they actually get ready. So in that light, when you send the same message to all of them, you're going to connect with none of them because all of them don't have the same needs. In other words, you have to send different messages to the different type of leads in your email list. This is how you connect personally with them. Those who want to be nurtured, those who are ready to buy, those who have gone to your website, they've gone to the checkout page, but they didn't actually buy. That's the cart abandoners. Different type of people. You have to know how to treat every different type of leads in your email list. So the solution is not about sending more emails. If you're not connecting to your audience, you're not connected to them, period. The solution is about sending more relevant emails to the specific segment of the email list, which brings me to the next thing I want to talk about, which is segmentation. So now that you know that you can't treat every one of your subscribers in your email list the same way, people that are ready to buy versus people that are not yet ready to buy, right? People that are male versus the female, especially if the product is specific to a gender, you cannot send the same email to them. People that are in the university versus people that graduated university, depending on the offer you are selling to them, there has to be different emails to different segments of your email list, or else you'll be confusing your audience. People that have bought versus those that have not bought. You cannot be sending the same email to people that have already bought. The same email, come and buy. The same offer to the customer that have already bought. It means you don't know what you are doing. You have to build a correct relationship with each and every group inside your email list. That is where segmentation is all about. Segmentation is about sending the right message to the right person at the right time. For example, if you created a webinar funnel, people joined the email list, or they registered for the webinar and they joined your email list, they've downloaded your lead magnet, but some attended the webinar while some others didn't attend the webinar. You probably have different emails to send to those who attended the webinar versus those who didn't attend the webinar. Different type of email to those that did not attend the webinar. So you have to segment them. And like I said before, people who have bought the offer in the webinar and people who haven't bought the offer yet, still in the webinar, you have to segment them. All right, you segment them different ways depending on the email platform that you are using, either by tagging them or in some other platform. There is a segment. You can actually put each and different segment of your list in a segment, right? Depending on the platform that you are using. But the most common way is to tag that group of people. A group of segments are the buyers. Tag them as customers who have bought this product. This group of people are those who have visited the cart page but have not yet bought. Tag them as cart abandoners. All right, so you have to learn how to tag them. With this tag, you're actually segmenting them into different sets of people. So that the next time you want to send emails to them, you are sending emails to those who have this specific tag, and another email to those who have this specific tag, another email to those who have this specific tag. That is segmentation in the simplest form. And this is what you want to do if you want people to feel understood. Because when people actually feel understood, then they stop resisting you. Because different people have different problems. For example, if you have a quiz funnel, and in a quiz funnel, there are different results or different categories of people in the result. That means these are different segmentation that you are putting this kind of people in. Each of them with their own unique results, unique insights, unique problem, unique pain. Maybe it's just 3 categories or 4 categories. You want to send different emails to these 3 or 4 categories. Then and only then are they going to feel understood. Because not only did they feel understood when they saw the results on your landing page, on the results page, now they are receiving emails specifically to them based on the result they have seen on the results landing page. So this email is unique to each specific segment. And of course, when you send emails like this, you're going to get massive results when you eventually lead them with your offer to get the solution to their problems. Now that you know what segmentation is, let's now go into the strategy to ensure that your email marketing actually works. And the difference between your email working and your email not working is mainly about whether or not you know how to nurture your audience before you actually ask them to buy. Because the reality is that most people use email to sell directly. From the first welcome email, they're just selling and selling and selling, no caring about their audience at all, no nurturing, not feeling the pain, the problem, the desires of their audience. And without this, nobody cares what you're selling. They're not going to buy. So if you actually want to be an oversubscribed brand, then you must learn how to prepare your audience to buy with your email. So oversubscribed brands use emails to prepare their audience to buy. And this is the core purpose of email marketing. It is to nurture your audience, prepare them, get them into a state when they are actually ready to buy. And there are different strategies that you can use to actually create your sequences, your welcome sequence, your product launch sequence, whatever sequence that you are actually creating to nurture people until you turn them from cold to warm and leads. That's with your welcome sequence, and then to get them ready to actually buy. I usually use this strategy, PPPFOA, and that is problem, promise, proof, future pace, objection handling, call to action. The A is action. So one email can follow that same structure, and of course a whole sequence can follow that same structure. What I mean is this: in one email you can lead with a problem or a question, whatever, that's the hook, and the promise that you actually want them to actually have when the problem is solved. The case study is the proof, testimonial, how you have helped others gotten the same promise, achieve the same results. Then after the proof, then the future pacing is one thing for you to tell them about others. It's another thing for you to tell them about how will they feel when they actually get the same result that this person has gotten. That is future pacing. Imagine being like Mr. A, who generated $10,000 a month in his business. How would that make you feel? How would that help your family? How would that help your business? You are bringing that person into that end result. You are making him feel as though the person has already achieved the result. That's future pacing. And of course, once you bring people in that state, they love that state, but then questions begin to arise. What if I can't do this? What if this doesn't work for me? What if? So all these objections, you handle the objection and then the call to action. You can do all of that in one email and in every email you send. And of course, in the series, in the welcome series, you can write each email based on this same strategy. So email number 1 can deal with problem alone. Why? Because many of your leads are cold leads. They don't even know you. Many of them don't even really know that they have a problem. Maybe for the first time they saw your ad and they realize that, oh, I used to have the same symptom, so this is the problem I have. Let me enter this person's email list and learn more. So seeing your ad was the first time they realized maybe they have a problem. So the first email addressing their problem alone, or maybe the first 2 emails addressing the problem alone, already get them acquainted with their problem. So they move from being unaware audience to being problem aware audience. So the second email can deal with the promise. All right, promise and proof. Second email, promise and proof, case study. Second and third email, promise and proof. All right, promise and proof. Now they realize, okay, they move from problem aware to solution aware. Then the third email can be future pacing, different angles of future pacing and objections handling. All right, third and fourth email, future pacing, objection handling, future pacing, objection handling, getting to make them realize that this thing is possible. The result this person achieved, you too can achieve it. All right, that's future pacing, objection handling. And then maybe the 7th email, give offer 7, 8, 9, 10, offer different testimonials, offer. That could be your strategy for the welcome sequence or the product launch sequence or any other type of sequence that you are creating. But your goal is to move your audience from cold leads to warm leads to hot leads, all right, where they are saying, please take my money, I want to buy. That is where you want to lead your audience to. So you want to reframe the problem. You want to get to a point where you shift their belief about your brand, their belief about themselves, all right, their inner beliefs, and their belief about the offer, all right, their belief about your brand and offer, their belief about themselves, that's inner belief, and external factors, their belief about this. You want to shift that belief with your email strategy, all right, with your email content. So these are the type of content you are creating would shift their belief until they now believe, I think this thing will get me the same results. All right, you want to undo objections, you want to show case studies, that's the proof. All right, you want to educate them about their problem, about the promise, about the result they're going to get. When you are able to do this, and of course people will feel excited that I think they are ready to buy. So you want to get people to that state when they realize, I think this is for me. That is the purpose of email marketing. The purpose of email marketing is to get your audience to that state when they know, okay, I think this is for me. Now they are ready to buy. And this is very important because when people buy, they want to feel like they are the one who made the decision themselves, not that they were convinced to buy. All right, so when you begin to sell from the first email, sell, it looks like you are confusing them, you are trying to push them to buy. No, but when you lead them to a point where their beliefs have shifted and they think this is for them, now in their mind, they are thinking they are making the decision to buy. All right, that is where you want to get your audience to. Of course, they only bought because they read your emails, but you want to make them feel as though they're making the decisions themselves. So if you follow what I just teach now exactly the way I teach it, you are going to seek success with email marketing. But most people, of course, will not follow it, and that's why most email lists fail. Most email marketers fail. They don't fail because email marketing is dead, like many people usually say. They fail because the strategy is missing. It's either they are not segmenting their audiences, or they are not nurturing their audiences, or they are doing this promotion from day one. Promotions. Nobody wants to be bombarded by promotions every single time. All right, you have to spend time to position yourself as the person they want to buy from. You have to build trust. You have to build that relationship. They have to see you as the authority. They have to see you as the person that cares about them. If your emails feel random, your revenue will also feel random. Your email must feel specific to your audience, as though you are writing it only to that person alone. If you follow exactly what I teach in this episode, your email marketing will be very successful. And of course, in every episode, I talk about faith in every segment. Today, I'll be talking about faithfulness, even in small systems. You see, faithfulness isn't about doing big things once at a time, right? Faithfulness is doing small things, but doing them consistently. For example, with this email marketing, you send your emails weekly, daily, twice every week, 3 times every week. We send it consistently. That's a simple system. Quiet consistency. That is what works, and that is how trust compounds. It doesn't matter whatever you do in life. If you can just stay consistent as a faithful steward, God is going to reward your effort. God is going to reward your consistency. God multiplies what is stewarded, what is managed by a faithful servant, not what is ignored. So if you decide, okay, I have 100 lists, I have 500 list subscribers, I think I want to be consistent in sending emails. I want to be consistent in nurturing these people, in helping these people, in helping them solve their problems. If you stay consistent with that, number one, you're going to get better as an email marketer. Number two, you begin to build trust with these people. And then number three, the people will see you as an authority. And whenever you release the offer, eventually they're going to buy from you. That is what faithfulness will do to your business. And let me close with this. You see, we have moved into a trust economy, and people really don't buy from the best ads. They buy from brands that they trust. And when you know how to do email marketing very well, you're going to realize is that email is where trust is built quietly, consistently over time. And you should get started today. But just in case you think, hey, this thing is great, I've learned from this episode, I want to get started with email marketing, and you are wondering, you don't really have the time to do that on your own for your business, you want to outsource it, that is where we come in at Primer Marketing Institute. So if you want to build a business that doesn't rely on constant chasing after customers, you want systems that warm, nurture, and convert your audience into customers, if you want trust working for you even when you are offline, that is why we built the Digital Launchpad Accelerator. And inside this package, we help you build your email systems that convert. And of course, we are going to help you segment intelligently. We'll turn your cold leads to warm leads automatically. We will align your funnels, your ads, and your email, everything into one system. And all you have to do is to go to www.pmi.ng/digital-launchpad and get started with us today. Or just click the link in the description of this video and get started with us inside the Digital Launchpad Accelerator. Finally, remember that attention gets you noticed, but email keeps you chosen. And in the long run, my friend, trust always wins. See you next week in the next episode.